Hi there guys, welcome to Storm Tech channel. I hope you're having a great time. Here we are with the second episode on how to edit our videos using Premiere Pro. But before we go on to this part, make sure to punch that subscribe button and click that bell icon so you don't miss a single video, because each video is the continuation of its previous one. Alright, to start with today's video, we're gonna head back a bit to the previous episode. We got familiar with the workspace of Premiere Pro and we learned how to open up our videos in it. Also, we learned some basic tricks of working with the timeline, program and source monitor windows. And in today's video, I'm gonna teach you some additional and pretty useful tricks to speed up your editing process. So don't go anywhere, because we're about to get started. Alright. We learned that the program monitor window will show up the final edited video file of ours, and changes in the timeline that we made in it will appear here in the program monitor section of this workspace of Premiere Pro. And we also learned how to open up our videos in the source monitor window by double clicking on them and mark in and mark out them to cut certain parts of our videos using this icon, or to mark in and using this to mark out, mark in and mark out, or using I button on the keyboard for mark in for the shortcut of it, and pressing O button on the keyboard to mark out. And we learned how to drag our video file into our timeline and drop it here, or click on it and delete it. And we also learned how to open our video files in the timeline section of this application, and how to cut specific parts of our video which we don't want them, using the razor tool, or using the shortcuts like Q and W. We learned every time we move a new video file to our timeline, there would be a sequence file created. Alright, the first new option that we are going to be learning about today is this option, which is in the source monitor window and also in the program monitor window. So what is this option and what's the use of it? Sometimes you have a really high quality video, like it is 4K, ultra 4K, and it's large, really large in size, and you want to play it in the source monitor window. You double click on it and you play it here, and while you playing it, and some parts of it may be lagging and frame dropping. So what will cause that? Because your video is really high in quality, while you playing in full level, it might be lagging because it uses a lot of your RAM and CPU space, and you can lower the quality of the video that is being previewed here to 1/2, 1/4, 1/8, 1/16. To lower the quality of it and make it play with a lot of more frames, like 60 frames per second when it is 20 frames per second, and it's lagging. That's the use of this. It might be low quality here, but it doesn't have any effect on the outcome of your video, and the outcome of your video will be high quality. It doesn't affect that. And in the timeline section, while you see this red line, it means that your video is heavy for your system, for your CPU and RAM to process it and play it with high frames. And while you lower the quality, it'll play it with more FPS. And as you remember, we found out how to cut our videos in the source monitor window and drag and drop them in the timeline using mark in and mark out like this, and dragging and dropping them into our timeline. In this type of dragging and dropping our video into timeline, the video and the audio file both will be dragged and dropped here. But sometimes we want the video only or the audio file only. So what can we do? Here's an icon which we can drag and drop it here. This is only for video file. As you can see, it's written drag video only. It will drag the video file only here, and this file, which is like the waveform, will drag the audio file only, and you can put it anywhere you want and change the position of it. Hello there, I see you're watching my video but not subscribed yet, so either you click my channel's icon, which is on the bottom right side of the screen, and subscribe, or I come to your house and shout. FBI, open up! And sometimes your videos are a bit large in size, and for example they are about 5 to 20 or 30 minutes, and you want to make some short clips of them, or as we call them in Premiere Pro, sub clips. You can make sub clips of them, too many sub clips, and drag and dropping them into the project window, and use them whenever you want, and add them to your timeline. We mark in and mark out our video file like this. Mark in and mark out here, and we hold Ctrl button on the keyboard, drag and dropping the video into the project tab. This window will pop up, and it'll say make subclip. You name your subclip here. I say Premiere.pro and press OK. Okay, this new file has been created here, which if you notice here, it has two brackets on the right and left side of the video file icon, and as you can see, the duration is 10.5 seconds, and it's the start of the subclip of yours, which starts from this the 2 second of your video and ends in the 12 seconds. Here you see subclip duration. Your subclip duration would be 10.29 minutes, and this is the size of your video, and your audio info will be written here. So you can open these subclips in the timeline whenever you want, like all the videos, like here. Drag and drop it here, just like that. And how is it useful for us? When you have a really large video and you want to edit about 2 or 3 videos together, okay? You can add some parts of that video and add some part of this video, and make some and use some of the Premiere Pro effects and preview them both at the same time. We'll get to know these effects later in later episodes of Premiere Pro tutorial. Alright, let's head back to our the timeline of ours, and we want to learn a new option, which is actually a collection of options here in our timeline. We want to move frame by frame in our timeline. We press the right arrow key and left arrow keys to move frame by frame. As you can see here, it'll move frame by frame, and you can cut a really specific and special part of your video using this to be really exact. And sometimes your video files are too large. For example, like this one, I'm gonna add it here. It doesn't matter which layer it is in. For example, it is here in the V1 layer, and we want to zoom in and zoom out to cut a specific and special part of our video. We press the Alt button on the keyboard and use the mouse scroll up and mouse scroll down to zoom in and zoom out. Mouse scroll up to zoom in and mouse scroll down to zoom out from that video file, just like this. Easy. For example, we want to zoom here. We'll zoom here to this video file. We click it. We don't want this part of it till this part. We delete it. We select it and push delete, just like this, and we will select the rest and add it here, just like this, and zoom out. And for example, assume that you can assume that you have zoomed too much and you want to get back to a full view of your timeline. You press the backslash button on your keyboard, and it'll be back here to a full view of your timeline. You can delete that long video file, and again press Alt and scroll up and down. Scroll up to zoom in and scroll down to zoom out. I will delete these extra video files. So here, and I forgot to tell you an important option in the previous video. Sometimes you don't want a video audio file, its audio file to be played, and you want to add your own audio file. For example, you don't want this audio file. Your video will be played without any sound. What will you do? As you can see, when you move and drag and drop your video file into your timeline, there will be two layers here, V1, A1. There are other layers as well, V2, V3, video 1, video 2, video 3. We'll talk about them later. We drag and drop it here. There's a video file, there's an audio file. Here in the audio layer, we have the M button, M option here. You can choose it. Yeah, you select your audio and choose M, and your audio file will be muted. As you can see, when I play this video, there will be no sound, and you can add your own audio file in it. So whenever you play your video, it'll be this audio, just like this. You add it here, and while you play it, it'll play the other audio file of yours, just like this. So what's the use of this option? For example, you're a YouTuber and you want to record a video. You use a camera to record yourself talking, and you want to record your audio separately with a studio microphone, which has more quality. And while you add them to your Premiere Pro, you can mute the audio of the camera and play the audio file of the studio microphone, which has high quality and would be better for your videos. And another option that we're gonna learn here, assume that you have too many videos here open here, like this. I'm gonna open here. Also another layer here as well. We have too many videos here, and I want to add a video file here between these. So what can I do? We press up and down arrow keys on our keyboard to move to cut parts of our videos, as we learned in previous video. We want to pull all of these videos to the right side and add another video file here. So if you have too many files open, video files open, and you want to move them to the right side, it will be hard to do it like this, selecting them and pulling them back to the right side. So what can we do? Here we have an option, this is called track selection forward tool. While you use it, you can click on the right side of your video. It'll select all of the video and audio files here, and while you press and hold it and move it to the right side, it'll move all of these video files and audio files together, and without changing the positions of the audio files and your video files. It'll be a really useful option because you have edited your audios and videos and replaced them correctly, and you don't want them to be misplaced. This option will be really helpful for you. Let's go for time up, shall we? Did you know that I also accept my subscribers' requests for their favorite clips? Yeah, that's true. Just simply email me your problems with softwares or the tutorials that you need. Keep in mind that this option is only for my subscribers, so you should attach a screenshot of my subscribe channel to your email as well. Alright, back to the video. Alright, let's have a look at here and learn something about these options that we have. These options are called source patching options, and these are called track targeting options. Let's assume that we have no video files here. We simply select them and delete them. We want to open our video files here. We drag and drop them to our timeline. Video 1, video 2, this other video file, video 3, the final. We cut them into pieces, just like this. We added it here. We want our video file to be open in another layer, like video 2 layer, video 3 layer. We change the position of V1 to, for example, video 3, and and we want to open our audio file in the audio 4 layer in here. We change our slider position to here. For example, we want our video to be inserted here. We mark in and mark out our video in the source monitor window and press overwrite here, and my video will be overwritten here in my timeline, just like this. Make sure to enable both of these options, V1 and A1, because if you disable A1 and press overwrite, look what will happen. The video file will be only inserted into our timeline and there will be no audio file. Or if you just select audio and deselect the video and overwrite it, there will be just the audio file here. Also, as I mentioned before, you can use it for the time that you have two methods of recording, like using camera and studio microphone, or for the video file that you put it in another layer. We'll talk about it later. You can use effects. You can play those videos at the same time using effects, and you can see both of them at the same time and hearing them also. We'll talk about it later in other videos. These are a little bit advanced, using effects in Premiere. And about this section, we are going to be talking about track targeting. So what is track targeting? For example, I have a video file here. My video file was inserted here. This is my video file. What is track targeting? I want to move my slider position to the cut parts of my videos. When I move my slider, it doesn't go to the cut parts of my video file here or here, and the audio file as well. What we need to do is to enable the video 3 layer and while we change the position of our slider, it will be stopping at the cutted parts of our videos, just like this. As you can see, it will be stopping here. This option has also many uses while you have when you have many videos opened here. Well, I believe that we have learned the useful tricks and options in these windows. So if you guys are interested in these kind of videos and it was useful for you, make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave a like and comment down below. Have a great time. See you guys in the next video.